It's Labor Day weekend, and we're live at the Ludwigs.
Woohoo!
I know all the cool kids are down at Disney World riding the Ratatouille, but we're up here celebrating Uncle Grumpy's birthday! And we're geeking on Walt Disney World. Hey Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here, and welcome to episode 415 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, my good friend Glen Kessler, he's going to come on and share his family vacation down in Disney World. Yeah, there was a bunch of Kesslers. As you know, Jeff Kessler was on recently with his wife Danielle, and now his brother Glen is coming on the show to share their awesome Disney vacation. And I've been having fun chatting with people like Glen about their Disney World vacations for over 7 years. Yeah, I started the podcast with my daughter Lindsay, and we began by talking about our Disney World trips, but then we brought on you guys, you Disney geeks, to tell your trip stories. You listeners are so positive, caring, and generous, and we encourage a family atmosphere here on the podcast. Before too long, I was calling you geeks, and you were calling me the Podfather, and I continue to bring on the listeners to tell your Disney World stories. We'd love for you to join our Geekin' family. We got an amazing private discussion group on Facebook. Go out to Facebook and search for Geekin' on WDW Family. We'll ask you a few questions, and you can get into the private Facebook group and ask your questions, share your trip pictures, and engage with one of the best Disney groups out there on the internet. And we're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. So whether you're new to Disney World or you'd like to chat with us about your trip ideas, we'd love to be your Disney travel guides and help you book your room, your dining reservations, and just help you have a great time down in Disney World. Contact my wife, Margita. We call her Mama. And then we got her good friend, our Auntie Judy. They're at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. And you can just check the show notes and you'll see their email as well as mine. If you'd like to contact us, just email us. We'd love to chat Disney World with you, help you book your trips, and be your partners as you plan your next Disney World trip. Well, I just got back from Auntie Judy and Uncle Ken's house, and here is a live segment of Talking with the Traveling Tiaras. It's time to talk with the Traveling Tiaras. We're live at Auntie Judy's house, and let's talk with the Traveling Tiaras.
Hey geeks, how are you? Hi Margita, I can see you today.
Hi Judy. Hi geeks.
Curtis is
Hi
here.
Curtis. Hi Ken.
Hey Kim.
Hi.
Birthday boy.
We had pizza and cake right off the floor.
Well, you know.
The blue carpet
Judy.
special.
5-second rule, drop my cake on the floor.
Right.
We're having a good time because it's Uncle Grumpy's birthday.
Yes, it is.
And we're going to talk a little traveling tiaras. So, Auntie Judy, did you check out what's going on with the annual passes?
Well, the annual passes are finally out.
They're out! Yay!
Hooray, hooray.
We're waiting for so long.
I think it's pretty much like what they were. They've given them all new names.
All right.
And what was the day pass, where you could get it and just go during the day, is now called the Pixie Dust Pass.
Oh, hooray.
And it's the cheapest. The lowest level is called the Disney Pixie Dust Pass. It's $399 plus tax. It is only available for Florida residents.
Yeah.
You can visit one or more parks on the same day, on a weekday, with your advance reservation. But you can't go on weekends.
No weekends for you.
And there are blackout dates. And you can also hold up to 3 park reservations at a time.
All right.
The next one is called the Disney Pirate Pass. It is $699. And again, it's only available to Florida residents.
I think we were talking in that direction.
Yeah, and you can visit more than one park at a time. It's got a lot of blackout dates, but you can go on weekends, and you can hold up to 4 park reservations at a time. The next level is the Disney Sorcerer Pass. It replaces what was the Gold Pass. It is $899 plus tax. You can visit more than 1 park a day with a reservation. You can hold up to 5 park reservations at a time. It is available only to Florida residents and Disney Vacation Club members.
That's mine.
That's yours. What did you pay before for your pass?
I want to say $7.99.
Because it's $8.99.
I think it was like $800 before. Well, Mom, we had some exciting news this week. You were researching to see if we had a rebate from our annual pass that goes back 6 months or more. You've been working on it.
No, I haven't talked to Disney since last September when they assured me that I would be getting my refund. Nothing ever came of it.
Well, the good news was you said I had to find my annual pass card, and I couldn't find it.
Did you finally find it?
No, I dug through the closet. I haven't found my bag or
crazy.
my annual pass, but Margita found out that
because he's attached to me.
I'm attached to her.
That
They had me on record.
Oh, good.
But they still haven't gotten back to us with what our rebate's going to be.
No.
Or if we're even going to be eligible. I can't imagine that they keep.
I can't either.
Could be something.
Yeah.
I would
they
imagine.
escalated it to the finance
give you
department
something.
because it was so long overdue.
Hopefully it's sooner than later.
So is there another
Within
pass?
72 hours.
And then there's the Disney Incredipass.
Oh, credit.
It's incredible, all right.
Yeah.
It's $1,299 plus tax. You can go to every park, more than one park a day. There are no blackout days. You can go 365 days.
Basically, you're platinum, right?
Yeah, you can hold up to 5 park reservations at a time. And this is the one that you can buy when you live out of state. I mean, a Florida person, if they wanted, could buy this pass. Anybody can buy this pass.
Right.
But the thing they took out of it is they don't offer what was the Platinum Plus, where it had all the water parks. They don't offer that pass anymore.
All right.
Oh,
So you can buy this as an add-on to the park. You can, for $99, you can add on water parks to the Incredipass.
All right.
The other thing they took out is they took out the Memory Maker.
Memory Maker's not part of it. So you have the extra?
Yeah, it's $99, but the other good thing is that you don't have to put it on every pass. So one person in the family can put Memory Maker on their pass for $99, and then everybody.
Okay.
And speaking of that, you're linked with me as a family and friend.
Okay.
When you go down with John in October,
I have PhotoPass?
use PhotoPass because it'll come on my account.
You'll have PhotoPass anyway.
Oh.
Just in the fact that you're scanning
That
your
is
band.
news I did not have.
So scan your band,
Until tonight.
and it'll all show up on my account so that you can have all the PhotoPass pictures.
Perfect.
Yeah,
you go.
that's cool.
Me and John will
You
have
and
pictures
John.
together.
And then
The Mickey Mouse, the Minnie.
And it also provides free parking at the resorts for people, not the resorts, the parks,
Right.
for people who have the passes.
And the resorts.
No, you don't get free parking at the resorts.
They charge for parking at the resorts.
They charge for parking at the
Not for
resorts.
DVC, though.
No.
They charge for parking.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that when you renew it, you will get a discount for
Okay.
renewal. So,
Right.
so that
All right. Well,
it's
we've been
good
waiting for that
news, and
news.
it's the other thing I heard is that the blackout day for all of the passes that have blackout days, this year only October 1st is the blackout day. So if you buy your pass on September 8th and you buy the Sorcerer or the Pirate or the Pixie Dust, you can't go on the 1st for the 50th.
Sneaky Disney.
Oh.
Sneaky Disney.
Wow. So the Florida people can't.
You can't just buy it
do
and
that.
go, but
Gotcha.
anybody else could go.
All right. The other big news is Ratatouille. We have some.
The Rat Ride.
We had some geeks starting to go into. All the cool kids were starting to go to the Rat Ride already.
Yeah, Tony Han.
But I know Mama, Judy, I think even Uncle Grumpy over here started watching YouTube videos of this ride. I will
Of
not
course.
cheat like
That's
you guys.
not cheating. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No,
It's
I don't want to.
fun.
I do not
Get
want
the whole
to know.
perspective you enjoy. Get you so excited
All right.
to go on the ride.
So if you,
pizza.
oh,
Uh-oh.
pizza's here.
Hello? Yes, I did. And we ate it. It was delicious. Yeah. Okay, goodbye. Thank you. Bye. I want to know if we ordered it.
Why didn't you come pick up your pizza?
Yeah. So they made 2 sets then?
No, I think
they got the numbers confused.
I think they got the numbers confused.
I didn't go by number. I just said,
give me 2 pizzas.
I think, he gets your number when you call in, and they probably put it on somebody else's.
They must have put it on somebody else's. But that was like, what, an hour and a half ago?
At least 2 hours ago now.
I know. Oh, my gosh. Oh, well.
Well, I refuse to cheat and watch ahead of time. So anyone who doesn't want to know even what these guys' perspective is, you can skip ahead. But
you know what?
What did you learn from watching the videos?
I'm just going to make a comment about that. What if you die before that ride you ever get your... That's what I'm thinking. Life is so damn short.
Well, what will I care then? I'll be riding the big ride.
You'll have...
The rat in the sky.
I watch them all.
All right.
Spoil me.
Well, Margita, then, tell me what you thought of what you saw on videos of...
Well, I'm biased because I like the dark rides. Anyway, those are my kind of rides.
Right. So
I love it from beginning to end. The music in the queue.
I know.
You could really hear it because the people that were doing the previews, there's nobody there. So you could hear all the little voices and the music and all. It just looks fantastic.
Yeah, these are previews. It's not officially open, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I did say that you need to wear 3D glasses.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, that's good.
Looks great.
Judy, what'd you think? Did you watch some previews?
I did, and it looked really cool. The very beginning, there was a scene that looked really neat. I can't wait to see that.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a preview coming up on September 28th.
Ah, that's all right. We're in the month.
We're in the month.
You'll be down there pretty soon to see that. Ken, did you watch some video already?
yes, I did.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's got, like she says, a 3D, and you're on the cars that are
Trackless.
And
Yeah.
so I'm wondering if there are like more than one track that the cars follow. So maybe you get a different experience each time.
I think so.
I don't know.
Yes, I think our good friend Kevin Curtis Allen said in Paris it's definitely a little different experience every time.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even like the Star Wars one really is too, right? With the trackless.
Yes, because there's 2 different tracks the way you come.
Or even Mickey and Minnie.
Right, and because Mickey and Minnie splits up the cars. And
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way the cars split up. Yeah.
Right. So there's so much going on probably all around you that you feel different. I know.
You're going to see different scenes all the time every time you ride it. Yeah.
Outstanding. All right. That is great. It's Uncle Grumpy's birthday.
I know.
Yay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
We're having some jam jar wine, some pizza,
some cake.
And cake that, even though it fell on the floor,
Curtis ate it.
I ate the cake from the floor.
I
He likes it.
I want to protest. I want to change that from Uncle Grumpy to something else. How about
Protest?
Uncle Snoopy or something?
Wrong franchise.
Yeah, we can't go there. Well, Ken, I gave you some homework. It's your day, and I know your favorite thing, or one of the favorite things at Disney World, is your snacks and the sweets that we get. So I thought we'd do your top 5 snacks at Disney World. What would be number 5? He's got a list. All right, he came prepared.
Top 5.
I think he's got more than 5.
I was going to say top 5. That's not enough,
I
right?
couldn't come up with 5.
And then I want to ask
I came
you.
up with 9.
At least.
I posted in our Facebook group. I'm really excited. I know you're going to be, because there's something brand new at the Ratatouille ride area that is sweets related. I'm going to ask you about that too, because I wonder if you've taken a look at what's there. So, all right, what's number 5?
Or number 9.
Well, I don't know. Putting them in a sequence like that order.
It's hard.
Tough.
I know. Well, make a choice.
Well, of course, I always liked the strawberry crepes over at...
I thought that was number 1, though.
Well, yeah, that's true. Oh, you want to go the other way?
Yeah, number 5.
All right.
We gave away number 1.
You want to go in 5 or 9?
9.
Oh, you got 9.
He's got 9.
All right.
Well, you got 2 that are kind of the same, so you could combine them and call it
I'm
8.
so confused.
Well, all right, let's start with 9. But I don't know. Okay. I like the cinnamon sugar-raised donuts at Joffrey's with a coffee in the morning.
All right. It goes with a cinnamon roll. That's good. That's all right.
It's a donut. I mean, you can get those, not just the donut, but it's also a twirl.
Yeah, twist.
Like a twisty.
Like a bun?
Hey.
Yeah.
Anything,
no, like
it's
a
like a
cruller.
donut.
It's the soft Yeah, it's a soft dough that's like chewy.
All right, sounds good.
Oh.
From Joffrey's and a coffee. Yeah, I know you like that. All right, that's good. Good start. Number 8.
I would say the fried wontons at Yak and Yeti.
Wow.
That's a good
He's
one.
picking desserts from
They're good.
restaurants. I know Judy talks about them all the time.
They're so good.
What's so good about those? So that's a good dessert at the
It's a great dessert.
Yeah.
Yak and Yetis.
Crushing.
What's on top of those? They put some kind of sauce on those?
I don't know, but
It's cream, I think.
Cream? Yeah.
Some kind of cream.
really rich.
All right. Number 7.
I'm going to say the pineapple bread pudding at Ohana.
Oh, the bread pudding. Yeah, Ohana.
That's
Because
good.
that tastes really good.
That is a
With the
fucking
caramel
favorite.
sauce.
You really can't eat the dinner. You got to eat the dessert and call it your dinner.
You can't eat too much during dinner and save some for the bread
That's
pudding
right.
for
How
sure.
can you eat dessert then?
I know it's tough at Ohana.
Yeah.
Good one. That's a favorite. All right, number 6.
I'm going to say the cronut.
Nice, Paul.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cronut. In
Do they
Epcot?
still have it? I haven't seen anybody talking
We've
about
had it at like different
Yeah.
booths. We've had it at the
Well,
booths.
they're refurbishing it right now, from what I understand, at the Electric Umbrella, and they're going to reopen maybe. I don't
And
know.
then maybe the cronut will be there?
Cronut. What
I
kind of
get it.
cronut? What is there? I know they've had different kinds. Sometimes they have them with icing on them. Sometimes it's just sugar on top.
I like the sugar.
All right, just the regular sugar.
Yummy.
Cronut. Good one. Number 5.
I missed one. All right. I'm going to say the Peter Pan lime float.
Wow.
I'm with you on that.
That's Margita's favorite.
Storybook.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's so good.
I did not know that he was
The
going to pull
red
that one.
feather.
I like it because it doesn't seem like it's super sweet like the orange and the pineapple.
All right.
It's very
Which
refreshing.
would be the citrus swirl and the Dole Whip. Is what, let's
Yeah.
translate for the rest of everyone.
It's one, yeah, and I didn't put either of those on. So
I'm not surprised.
yeah, the lime float tastes a whole lot better.
All
You know,
right.
it's refreshing with the Sprite in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so good.
I know. What's that one called?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan float.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was number 5. Number 4. Those are all good ones.
All right. Number 4 is going to be Gaston's cinnamon roll.
Wow. You're like reading Margita's list off here.
Read the
Yeah.
list.
With a cup of coffee in the morning, man. That's
Did you guys
the way to go.
That's pretty heavily.
coordinate this list? This is really close to Mom's list.
Mhm.
Number 4 is Gaston's cinnamon roll.
That's because we hang out together.
Is that the best cinnamon roll in Disney property then?
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
would say yes.
These
Pretty
guys.
much, that's-
They're on.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, but you know, it was a good cinnamon roll when we went to the Garden Grill.
Yeah?
And the
Oh,
cinnamon
that
roll
was-
right
I
out
know
of the middle,
Yeah.
I know it.
which I got
The
the
monkey
first
bread,
student.
That is
Yeah. That's
super
pretty
good.
delicious.
All right.
So good.
We're up to the top 3. Uncle Grumpy's favorite desserts and sweets, or what do we call this? Snacks?
Anything sweet.
Now, all right. I would say the next one. I would say, of course, I got reading this off a cheat sheet that's written all over.
Yeah.
Is going to be the Dole Whip raspberry and pineapple float at Aloha.
Where did you get that? Were you with us when you did
Yes.
that one?
And you're the one that opened it up to me as far as how
Oh,
it
yeah?
was. I was like, yeah, that is really good.
Wow,
I
that's
didn't
one of the
expect-
specialty ones.
I don't particularly like raspberry, but boy, that combination was,
I don't think I've had that one,
Outstanding.
right? You guys did
That
that
must have
without
been like
me.
that must
I
have been
think
a real
we were
recent
down
one.
getting citrus swirl at the time.
Was that at the G3 then? Maybe last
It
time.
must have been, because I haven't
Yeah.
had that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
That
'cause
sounds
that's-
delicious.
that to me, that was relatively new. I didn't
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know that
I think that's a good combo.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
a
think
surprise
I like that one too.
Yeah.
a raspberry Dole Whip.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from
Aloha Isle.
Aloha Isle Adventureland? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm not
I
surprised
think
they
you
got.
can get it at the Poly too.
Okay,
At the
I love how they're adding all these different kinds of
Yeah.
out in the back. Yeah.
specialty treats in Magic Kingdom. All right, number 2.
Number 2 is going to be the pineapple ice cream upside down cake
Oh.
at Aloha.
That's a wow. How do you make a choice then if you got number 2 and 3 there?
Get some both.
That's hard.
As you can see, I never get out of that area.
That is a good area for treats, for sure.
Hang out in
There's a
there.
triangle there, I think,
Yeah.
of good treats with the citrus swirl and Aloha Owl. Wow, that's
I already
good
gave
stuff.
away number 1.
And we know that's Kevin Curtis Allen's favorite when he sits down with his
Hides
wife
in a corner.
in the corner of the tiki room. All right, let's reiterate. What is the number 1 Uncle Grumpy treat at Disney World? Because I know he goes back. He circles the World Showcase 3 or 4 times just to do this one, right?
Well, I have to wait for the crowd level to be down low. So I don't have to wait so long.
Yeah.
Unless there's a line.
Yeah.
The strawberry crepes.
Strawberry crepes
Yeah.
in
Brilliant.
the French Pavilion.
That was at a little booth,
It's the
but
booth
I think,
up
I think
front,
the
yeah.
booth is
He
gone.
cannot get enough of that.
You think that
so?
booth is gone?
No.
I think the booth is gone.
That was a permanent booth. It was not just a show booth.
because
It
now
was-
they have the crepes in the back.
I don't know.
Yeah, they
No.
could
So-
be.
Oh, well, that's my
But-
next question.
The with the strawberry crepes, you can get different kinds of things on the crepes. I guess there's chocolate, and you can get cinnamon sugar or just plain.
Well, that's what I was saying. So did you do your research? Because I know the new crepes place at the Ratatouille ride right up front there is opening up. I saw
Yeah.
the menu. Have you seen the menu?
I saw
Yeah.
the menu for inside, but
Yeah?
I did not see the strawberry crepes.
They're
Well,
not on there.
They have them for the
Ah,
outside.
They look different.
They have
They
them for
have a
outside. 'cause
berry
I looked-
crepe.
There's a berry crepe.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
love
the
that.
straw.
They said that one of the
I'm worried.
reviewers said when they cut into it, there was blueberries inside.
But that's
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's a different one though. That's
Yeah.
not the
I'm a little
Yeah.
worried that it's not going to match your strawberry crepe that you're
Yeah.
used to.
yeah.
Well,
They're different. They look different
But he
too.
looked at the inside menu too.
Yeah, I got.
What's an inside menu?
There's an inside
there's a sit
restaurant.
down restaurant,
For the
and then there's a
quick
quick
Sit down.
serve.
I'm talking about the quick serve.
Oh no, he looked at the
Well,
inside.
I'm not sure what the quick serve had because I couldn't find.
I was looking at those earlier.
Did you? Oh.
Just
Well, then it's a
pictures.
little bit of a mystery because crepes are your favorite, and they got a new crepes place.
Yeah. So
We'll have to
they-
find. You'll have to report back when you guys go down and.
It's
I'm
the
looking
lunch.
see if that booth is gone.
I'm looking forward to the inside one because they've got savory crepes. Like they've got what did you find?
Meals.
You're saying there's a new restaurant?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
sit down
sit down.
creperie.
It's called the crepe.
The creperie.
You can sit down.
It's a sit down.
Oh, you'll like this one. And I'll tell you why. Because they serve hard ciders, and there's 4 different hard ciders you can get.
Really? In France?
Yeah.
Is it open for breakfast?
There's a,
Hard cider for breakfast?
I'm just putting it out there.
I believe so because there's like an egg thing that you can get,
Yes, there is an egg sandwich there
Okay.
too.
and it's in a crepe.
Yep.
But they cook them differently than the one.
And I'm wondering if they open up at 10 a.m. like
I don't know.
before the whole World Showcase.
We'll have to do some research.
They've done that before.
10 a.m. hard ciders.
In crepes at
That's
the.
kind of like 10 a.m.
Margaritas.
Wait a minute, no, 9:40 fuzzy tauntauns.
Oh, well, that's a given.
Well, if you're
Yeah.
staying, on the Skyliner resorts or in the Epcot resorts, you can hit the France Pavilion early. Maybe get that.
We may have
crepes.
to call him Uncle Sweetie instead of
Uncle Sweetie.
Oh.
Wow,
'cause
Judy.
He's got quite the
Look
sweet
at-
tooth.
Look at that. Oh, I thought you meant it in a different way.
No,
All right.
I meant the sweet tooth.
Good luck.
Well, thank you, Ken,
Oh,
and
I'm not
happy
done
birthday. Oh, you got more?
Oh yeah.
We got honorable mentions.
Oh, okay.
There's more at the creperie.
Oh, this is the new
All right.
place you're talking about?
That's the new place, the sit-down place inside. I don't know if the quick service outside has the same stuff, but I think it's in the same
I saw
area.
pictures of it, and
They have
the
one.
menu was more limited.
All right.
They have one a crepe with. It's called poulet galate, and it's chicken, cheese, and mushrooms.
Yes.
And that one sounded really good to me.
All right. It's not sweet, but it's.
And then for the desserts, just skipping over quickly, they've got one that's called Melba, which is peach, berries, and almonds.
Oh, that's
Oh, that
okay.
sounds really good.
There you go.
And then there's another one called Pomme, Pomme. I'm not sure how you pronounce
Whole
that.
day.
Yeah, that's caramel apples inside a crepe.
Okay.
Ooh.
That one sounds good.
Wow.
But the best
Lots of
one
choices.
that I really looked forward to is the banana, which is a banana and caramel inside of a crepe.
All right.
Oh.
So
Well done.
those are my choices.
You got something to look forward to when you go on your trip.
We'll have to do
If you're looking for Uncle
50.
Grumpy, head over to France.
Yes. He'll be camped out at the creperie
Creperie.
for his entire Disney World trip.
Yeah, you might as well cancel the other meals.
Well, I figure if it opens for a sit down, we'll definitely give it a shot.
Very good.
And the other one that is supposed to open on September 20th is Space 220.
220.
But we haven't seen any dates for reservations yet.
All right.
I
Yes.
check every day.
Well, let me know. I don't know. Would I take my buddy John down to Space 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you guys can book it for me, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll give it a shot.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and having fun up here at Auntie Judy's house.
Always fun at Auntie Judy's house.
a
We
special
always have
day.
fun here. It's Happy Labor Day, everyone. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Take care, geeks.
Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm running kind of late tonight. It's a Sunday night. It's Labor Day weekend. We were out tonight. I got tomorrow off though, so that is really cool. I can get this all recorded, edited, and out there to you. And now it's time for that featured trip report with our good pal, super geek, Glen Kessler. We're going to talk a lot of food. We're going to talk a little bit about the Wyndham Bonnet Creek resort that he stayed at, but then another review of the new Ohana. And a great emotional moment at Ohana with his family. All the Kesslers were there. They do the sci-fi drive-in, I think for the first time. Oga's and lots of other geek meets that Glen has fun with. Tony's Town Square, Whispering Canyon, Coral Reef. Lots of food and wine details. If you know Glen, he brings it when we talk anything, but especially food. The Polite Pig, which I am excited to do one of these days. And then the Rainforest Cafe at Animal Kingdom via Napoli finishes off with some more geek meets with Andy Hoffman, Travis Diedrich. We get a little story time with Glen, and they do a great airport surprise for the family. Oh, that's always so much fun to get together with my good pal, Glen Kessler. And there's nobody more fun to go to Disney World with Glen Kessler. Let's go down to Disney World with my pal, Glen. Well, this guy was just on the podcast just a few episodes ago. He's pretty lucky to be going back to Disney World. We got to have him on. He was in this whole gang of geeks that was down there a few weeks ago. I'm so excited once again to talk. I have so many intros for him. I couldn't decide which ones to cut out. So we're going to get them all. You ready? Here it is. He was the first listener to sport a Geekin' t-shirt in the parks. He sees the park hours of operation as a direct challenge. He'll never try camping in a tent at Fort Wilderness again. He was the first to coin the phrase, it's 11 a.m. somewhere. This is my new one. He's directly responsible for so many of us geeks having success getting our boarding passes for the Rise of the Resistance. He's become a close friend of mine, and I do love him. Please give a warm geek and family welcome to super geeker Glen Kessler. I had to wake up the crowd there.
My applause is fading. I think I've been on the podcast too much.
No
okay.
way.
Well, I know, and I love you too. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta thank you for my t-shirt I'm wearing. Glenn sent me a t-shirt.
You're wearing the "I love you, I know" t-shirt. This is so cool. We've got to get together at the parks and have our. I don't want to be Princess Leia though. So
Maybe just hold it up. Maybe we could go to where they sell them. And you can hold it up for.
I think we both should be Han, and just like you said, off mic. Like I think people will assume that there's some women somewhere who are
our wives are somewhere else. Little they know we're sleeping together, Glenn.
Yeah, right. Well, this is getting very, very G3 after dark kind of moment.
Yeah, Glenn. So Glenn offered to share his room. We're gonna have a couple guys down at G3. It's gonna be like college. I think I'm excited.
Yes. I'd say we're slumming it, but we're actually staying at the Riviera, so it's going to be pretty nice, and I think we're going to have a great time.
We love Glenn. I like having fun. I keep thinking of the planes, trains, and automobile scene though, Glenn, when John Candy wakes up. I watch that. Yeah, are those two pillows? Yeah, that whole movie every year. I think it's on at Thanksgiving time for sure. I always get caught up. John Candy's one of my favorites, and Steve Martin, of course, classic. It's just so awesome. But I've got this in my mind. I don't know why, Glenn, but no, it's going to be so much fun.
We're gonna have too much fun, and what stays at what happens at G3 stays at G3, except that we just go and tell everybody in the world on the podcast. So
we're pretty open.
We'll make it out.
We're pretty open. Yes, I got to thank Glenn. I continually have geeks thank us. They're always posting in our private Facebook group for the success they're having getting their boarding passes, and a huge thank you to Glenn, who. I think I heard someone else told me you did a video when you were down there on how to get a boarding pass. I was like, I didn't even see it. So I'm looking for, and then I think I messaged you and said, Glenn, could you record an audio for me of that? Cause I would like to put that on the podcast, and within minutes, it's in my inbox, but we've been sharing I want to tell everyone, go to episode 371 and Glenn gets into great detail on, and it's still bringing success, right, Glenn? Your tips.
Yeah. And I am so over the moon that so many people have been able to listen to that and make use of it, that their trips have been, improved by that. So thank you guys for listening to the podcast and for going out there and trying these tips and having them work for you. We're improving people's lives. And yeah, I think that it works. I actually had a funny moment on the trip that I'll be talking about in a minute, where Jeff and I were both trying to get it. And he was like, no, I've got a really good signal. I was like, well, I'm standing right where I was when I got boarding group number one. And I tried and actually beat him with our group of 9 and video recorded it. But I'm so nervous when I'm recording it on my phone. What if I don't get it? What if I get a terrible group? And so now it turned out pretty good. I think I got in the 20s.
It's very stressful still. I mean, it's not a guaranteed science. There's a little bit of luck still, but we take a little bit of the risk factor out with those tips Absolutely. That you provided for sure. So as always, Glenn, thank you so much for all you do for the geeks and me and the whole community. And I know you love it too. I know you got I'm excited to hear about some of the folks you met up with. This was a big family event. Let's start with the resort. This is a different one. We don't talk a lot about it. It's on property. Am I right, Glenn?
I don't know if you technically, I don't know if we technically say it is or technically say it isn't, but it's the Wyndham Bonnet Creek we stayed at for this mega trip with all the Kesslers and everything. But we were all split up. So we had hoped to, I'll just maybe start with a little primer here. We were hoping to stay at the Polynesian on our very first DVC stay. We bought DVC, pulled the trigger in February, thinking, for sure this process is going to be wrapped up in time so that by mid-July, we can stay at the Polynesian in 2 1-bedrooms. Well, it wasn't to be had because during the pandemic, it's so slow that DVC, just took forever to process. So we were about 2 weeks too late to be able to get those. So our backup plan was the Wyndham Bonnet Creek. It's between the Caribbean Beach and Disney Springs. You can actually, oh my gosh, our view, we could see the Skyliners. We could see Caribbean Beach. We could see Hollywood Studios and Epcot even. To be that close, but then technically off property, to have none of the amenities of a Disney hotel, no transportation, no Magical Express, really, kind of feeling like we were outside of the bubble. And, I'm going to save my stories for a little bit later, but oh my goodness, it was a wild time, I want to say, at the Wyndham Bonnet Creek.
Well, we just recently been talking about, people were asking us, should you stay off property or on property? Now, any good geek is going to tell you it's on property.
Property.
That's a loaded question. I'm not even trying to do a sales job on you. It's just the way we operate. So I'm totally understanding that you would miss those Disney thrills and all the stuff that they provide.
So yeah, we looked at staying on property. The reason, if we go back to, a couple of podcasts ago when I was talking about, I love to go to Disney, but my wife likes a lot of space and really nice accommodations. So we couldn't get something in the price range that we were comfortable paying for, the size that we wanted for a 2-bedroom. And so this Wyndham Bonnet Creek, huge rooms. I mean, let's get into this. A huge room. I mean, I don't know what the square footage was, but it was as big as, about half of my house, and had 2 large rooms. The bathroom area just went on for days and days. I don't know why there was so much room there. A huge kitchen, living room, balcony. I can't say enough about the room. The room was spacious, and for the cost we were paying, I mean, it was value price. It was what you would have paid for us all to be, 2 beds and a Murphy, or 2 beds and a pullout or something like that on a couch if we were on Disney property. So in that way, oh my gosh, this really is a great consideration for those who are on a budget, who need a little more room, who don't mind maybe being a little outside of the bubble. It was great in that respect. So we have nothing really bad to say about the room. The kitchen was spacious, well appointed, had all the plates and pans, and we used it. We cooked a lot. My wife did. She likes to do breakfast in the room. She did a couple of dinners in the room, chicken nuggets and things like that. No problem. But where it really started to kind of go off the rails for us was in some of those amenities. And you want me to get into it now?
Yeah, let's cover this resort, and then we're going to get on to food. So hang in there, guys, because we're going to, make sure you had something to eat. Don't go grocery shopping, because Glenn's going to go deep into food too.
Well, you're saying all the wrong things right now, because I'm going to start with I'm going to make you lose your lunch really quick.
Oh, no.
What
happened?
So we had a couple, I'll save that one so people can prepare. Let me start at the top. We checked in late on the first day, and everything's going smoothly. And then they ask us to go get our fake magic bands that they have around their property. And we're going to go talk to Boris or whoever over there. And Boris hits us with the sales job. So this is a timeshare resort.
Did you know you were going to get the timeshare sales pitch?
I had heard, even the owner that we had kind of rented from. So that's what you're doing. You're renting from an owner, like DVC kind of thing, right?
Okay.
And not DVC, just a regular timeshare. And so he had said in his long note to us, oh yeah, and they're going to try to pitch you. Just say you'd prefer to enjoy your visit and not worry about a sales and everything like that. So, okay. But they were so pushy. In fact, at one point I was explaining to him, I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested right now. Oh, well, why not? Well, in part because I just bought DVC over at Disney. And he actually insulted that purchase. That was a foolish decision. And I was like, really? Is this how you sell?
After all of your research, that didn't go over well.
No. So I was very upset. And then Boris just would not leave us alone, called every 2 days during the vacation. Have you had a chance to consider my offer to go to one of these things? No, I don't want to do those things.
Oh my gosh, that's annoying. Yeah, that would have annoyed me.
So then we got in late that first day, and we were a little hungry and didn't have any food that we had brought in yet. We hadn't gone to the grocery store quite yet because we hit the park straight off. Okay, well, we'll eat at the resort. Surely something's open. Well, they've got one place that stays open late. It's a little ice cream shop right up in the front. And everybody in the entire 7-building complex is getting food there. So the line was 20 people deep. I mean, it would have been an hour standing in this line. So we didn't. I can't remember exactly what we did. I think, my wife had some like bars, like Nutri-Grain bars that we had packed with us and taken on the plane. So we just nibbled on those and made it through till morning. But that was disappointing. And then, all right, here it is, the coup de grace. So
the straw that broke the camel's back.
They have 5 pools around the property.
Wow.
Lovely, really lovely. And some slides and a lazy river, which with my kids is not lazy. That's a race. How fast can we circle that? But no lifeguards whatsoever. We have 3 kids under 10, no lifeguards, and the pools are pretty busy. And that's not the worst part of it, guys. There was poop in the pool on numerous occasions. And with no lifeguards, no staff around, it was really left to the guests to scoop the poop out of the pool so that you didn't run into it or just pretty much leave the pool. So we saw men with paper plates from their lunch, trying to scoop the poop out of the pools. And we heard from children talking about, oh yeah, well, that's not the first one we saw. We've seen, and they were counting it five times. One family had seen poop in the pools on different occasions during their stay.
Oh my God. That is, well, I know you have a goal to try to get Sarah to come down to Disney World more often. How did that, how'd that work? How'd the sales pitch go there?
Well, I think I've got her sold on staying on Disney property and not at the Wyndham again. So,
well, next time the sales guy called, did you tell him what you found in the pool?
Unfortunately, that news didn't come to us until after his final call, but I would have loved to have given him a piece of my mind.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe he could spend some time out at the pool helping out a little bit instead of calling people. Oh my goodness. I hate to badmouth it because for some people, this is a good location and have different experiences than ours. I can only speak about my experience and my experience was these things. And I think for that reason, I don't think we're going to be going back to the Wyndham. So, hey, Tony, and I love you. I apologize. I wanted to love it. The room was beautiful.
That's where it ended. $700 in Ubers for the week.
Yeah, that's actually, what that is one other great point.
My gosh.
They run, and this is probably COVID related, but they only ran one bus out of the resort to the parks. That's it. And again, there's like 6-7 buildings. I can't remember how many buildings there are. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of rooms at this place. They ran one bus in the morning and one bus in the evening to the parks. That's it. So really, they're kind of punting on the whole idea of providing you transportation. So
you could have done 2 rooms over at Pop Century and been happier.
Yeah. I mean, it got to the point, and not only with the expense, but we didn't want to go back and back and forth as much as we would have. Like that was our plan, was go to the parks, come back midday, go back to the parks and again. But at $20 a pop sometimes surge pricing, like that's $80 a day in Uber.
Yeah, wow.
It adds up, man.
No wonder you went to the water parks twice. Well, at least Jeff did. I don't know if you did.
We made it once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you wanted to go to the pool at the Wyndham Bound Creek. All right. We got to give the sad trombone for the bond. All right, let's get into the happy parts. I'm sure you had some good food stories. Glenn is always so good in all the details. He's a foodie. And your brother always beats you sometimes to the punch. Like he was the first to meet me. He was the first to do the Ohana dinner trip report. So, and I'm really excited to hear your opinion on this because, it's been my favorite restaurant over the years. It's been controversial with the new dinner menu. So how'd you make out, Glenn?
Yeah, and I think we're going to have a kind of a little bit of a split decision here on Ohana.
All right.
I love Ohana as well, Kurt. I have some great memories there eating with Jeff leading into G3, first night of G3 after the jumping on chairs over at the top of the World Lounge. Yeah. We went over to Ohana and had a great meal there. So this was just my second time eating there. The food I thought was good. I will tell you, we started off at the Tambu Lounge, and that always helps out.
Softens the palate.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got myself a back scratcher, and all the adults, I think, got an adult beverage, and all the children got a pina colada. We asked them at Tambu what kind of kiddie drinks do they have, and they have Shirley Temple and pina colada. So 7 pina coladas all around, and the kids loved it. My kids are still asking for pina coladas now everywhere we go. McDonald's, doesn't matter. Sit down. They want pina coladas. So that helped and eased us in. But this was one of the meals, of course, that all 15 of us, all 15 Kesslers, I'm sure this was covered on Jeff's podcast, but 3 brothers, our wives, our kids, and our parents. And so it was just amazing to have 3 generations and that much kind of love flowing through a place named family.
Yeah.
And
I was just thinking the same thing. It's great option for that kind of party to go. Cause it is like a family party atmosphere in there still, right?
Yeah, and we were so thankful for the noise level. The decibel level was high enough that it drowned our children out.
yeah, your kids aren't going to embarrass you. It's a family place. Yeah, that's one of the things I like about it. I mean, you can get a quiet spot if you want to too, like in the corners and stuff, or get near the window. But yeah, good choice.
Yeah, so we sat together. We had 2 tables right next to one another. This just kind of evolved like as we sat down that the adults drifted to one table, the children drifted to another table, and we thought that was done. Of course, Papa, my dad, Jeff's dad, he decided to sit with the kids, did so for the entire meal.
He's your other brother's dad too, right? No,
yes.
Okay.
Kevin's dad too. It's funny how that works.
I never met Kevin before. No, awesome. Yeah, your dad and mom are just so cute. You did a trip report and I saw lots of pictures of just the 3. It was just the 3 of you, right? On a trip.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Well, that was back in November
I love this big family kind of things. We've done it. We did. I still remember a trip we did down at Wildwood Beach. Same kind of thing. So yeah. So talk about the food.
Well, the food was good. So, it's obviously in skillets and comes to you in a different order, in a different manner, but we got the breads first. They were okay, and salads. And I said to my wife, she reached out for some bread and some salad. I said, rookie.
Yeah. Do you not know what you're doing? I know. Everyone, my family embarrasses me with that pineapple bread when they had it, the Hawaiian bread.
Yep.
But yeah, that was one thing Jeff said. It's a little different, not as good maybe as the original.
Yeah, I think I probably liked more than he liked. He was a little harsh, I think, on some of the meats.
He was harsh on the beef. He said it was dry or something like that. Yeah.
It was dry. I would agree with that. And again, depending on your tastes, you might like that. I tend to like medium well or even well done, on my steaks. Unless I'm going to a really like amazing place like a California grill, I'll take it medium rare or straight medium. But the flavors were good. It was a little overcooked, but it gave it a nice char for me. I was not upset with the beef, and I ate quite a bit of it. And I'm not a big steak.
Well, and to be fair, I can remember even on the skewers that I had a day where the beef was dry. So that could be just the portion you got.
Right, exactly. If you're getting off those old skewers, if you were getting off the end of the run, they've gone around the restaurant 3 times and they still got those last little tidbits of meat. You're getting the dried out ones, and
great ones and bad ones. So
yeah, the shrimp macaroni and cheese thing, the shrimp casserole was a real hit. I had heard reports before we went down there that the shrimp was very small, and then other reports that it was very large. We found that it was very large. We found that the shrimp were very large indeed, moist. They were not overcooked. That was great. That was a real.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they skimp on the shrimp, because whenever you go to a buffet, anywhere I had shrimp, they're decent size. There's shrimp everywhere. Like they must get it at a discount with all of the, right? The volume that they get. Right? So yeah, we had Mom and Judy did this on one of their segments, like reading off a bunch of all the different reviews, especially of the shrimp casserole. Like that's like the biggest controversy. So I'm glad to hear we got a true geek telling us the poop on this. Well, sorry about that. Scoop, I mean. I got poop on my mind.
That's going to happen a lot today, I think. But the star, I think, is probably for me that shrimp, and then the dessert. The dessert is not to be missed. This is the bread pudding with the ice cream.
Still good, yeah.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
That didn't change? Like the same thing?
No, I think it's the same. I think it's the same. I heard someone talking about that it had like less rum flavor or something like that. I did not. I was feeling pretty good at that point. I must tell you, I think we had all had at least a second or maybe even a third round of drinks.
You're having a good laughing family time. And I heard the dumplings were good and the noodles, which have always been huge hits.
I remember them being more peanutty in the past.
Well, they had sauce. That was what I was going to say. They had sauces before you could dip in them. That was the thing that they took away, was the dipping sauces. There were a couple of outstanding. One was more like a peanut sauce, and then there was another one that was, I don't know, teriyaki or something. I forget, but they were both outstanding. I love my sauces, like the dip stuff. So,
oh yeah, I'm with you there. I'm
all right.
with.
All right, good
So that
report.
was good. But I would say the best moment wasn't even food related. The best moment happened, and I mentioned this on the Facebook page a while ago. At the end of the meal, the kids had started running wild, had moved away from the table and started to just dance around the restaurant, which again, wonderful. Thank you, Ohana, for being so loud and crazy that wasn't noticed. But it left my father alone at the table over there. And mind you, the children had been excellent during the meal, had been, cued and eaten well. They had taken turns napping when they got tired on his lap, which was so cute. I've got some great pictures of, really all of the kids taking naps, I think at some point on Papa's lap. But at the end of the meal, they had all kind of run away and he was just sitting there. And I saw him with his head down and his face was flush and he was crying.
Oh,
amidst all this beautiful moment, he was just sitting there crying. And as I mentioned before, he's 89. Well, I didn't expect him to even make another trip after our trip in November. I thought that was it for his Disney trip. And on this one, he certainly didn't make it into the parks and really just hung out around their hotel, except for the 2 meals we grabbed together.
Yeah.
But to see him, kind of taking all that in, looking back on the legacy of, joy and success at, these families that he had helped to create. It was just a really tender and beautiful moment.
Wow.
I was over there, hugged him. Jeff came over, Kevin came over. We all gave the beautiful old man a hug and it was a nice way to end the night.
All right, we could just end right there. I'm like, that's like,
it was beautiful.
I'm blown away with that. So he didn't do the coconut races, I guess.
They weren't doing that. But man, that's what Disney's about, isn't it? People?
Oh, yeah, it's just like the emotions are it's just a place of the hugest highs and the hugest lows. And there's like no in between at Disney World. Like you're either starving or you're stuffed. I mean, you're either sober or you're not. Like, I mean, it's just like extremes.
And I know you didn't go as a kid. You and Margita didn't have that opportunity, but we did. And we stayed at the Polynesian. It was my last memory.
Oh, yeah.
As a high school student, I was a very young high school student. I think Jeff was probably in middle school. Kevin was maybe even in elementary at that time. And, that was kind of the last big family trip that we took to Disney, all of us together, 3 boys and the 2 of them. And then to kind of see it come full circle. This was the first night. This was the night that we all arrived, and to do it at Polynesian, at Ohana, some really beautiful kind of symmetry there.
Good memories from Ohana, no doubt. That is my place and my resort. You're saying all the right things. Let's move on before I start crying. All right, sci-fi. It's gonna get boring from this point on. Sci-fi dine-in. I love that place. I was thinking of booking this for my trip. I was just booking my parks and I'm going to do one restaurant, I think, for my trip in October. But yeah, I'm going with my buddy John, my son Harry's father-in-law. I want to show him a good time. He's been there before, but he knows I have a podcast about Disney World. So the pressure's on to show him some cool things. But sci-fi is very unique. I've always loved drive-ins anyway. So.
Yeah, and it's got the coolest vibe. We've not eaten there before. I poked my head in once before and said, "Oh, this is a place that I gotta go with family." Yeah,
never ate there.
Never ate there. It's a hard to get ticket actually, which is kind of astonishing because the food's okay. Let's be honest. The food's okay. You go there for the ambiance, and the ambiance was outstanding.
Yep.
If I can call drive-in movies B movies and car hops ambiance, but it is themed so well. I just think it's a must go to. I'd love to do it at least once a trip now. I think that it was so cute.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is,
great kids.
Probably the kids loved it. They were all into the movies, but it's in the dark. It's inside. So let's start there. It's in the dark. You really get transported out of the hot Disney hustle and bustle.
Yep.
You forget after 5 minutes, you forget where you are.
Yeah.
And you are, enjoying this really otherworldly experience. And the food was great. We got some fried pickles as an appetizer, which were good, not great. Again, I would say they're like Buffalo Wild Wings, kind of level.
Well, I'll give you this one argument. I can tell you the food there is better than the drive-in I used to go as a kid.
There you go.
Let's get that right out there. Right? It's not the Brown Derby. I understand, but I like this kind of food.
Yeah,
burgers,
Reubens, things like that. Yeah, we got
milkshakes.
The burger of the week or the burger of the day or whatever it is that had a pork. What do they call it? Pork and pork or something like that. It was a pork burger, and then it had a what's the thick bacon that they put on top? The
thick bacon. That's a good.
Yeah. It's not the bacon. It's the oh my gosh, I'm totally blank. I should have written my notes down better. But it's the big hunk of pork that is. Oh my god, everyone's screaming at their at their radios right now.
Pork butt.
That pork butt. No, it's not the pork butt. I'll remember it later. You can write it into the show if you like and yell at us what it is. But it was really good. It had a nice slaw on top. It had cheese. It was outstanding. The fries were good dipping sauces, and the drinks were outstanding. And of course, because it's so dark, everybody had to get a drink. Even the kids that had a glow cube in it. So 5 of us with glow cubes going nuts in the dark. It was a great time.
Pork belly.
Pork belly. Thank you, sir.
Popped into my head.
Oh, thank you.
You're the foodie. You taught me.
I know. Well, it's been a long day. Let's just say that.
Same here. All right. You took the kids and the family to Olga's. You taught me how to say it. I used to say, what did I say? Olga's? Olga's? I used to say Olga's.
Olga, the Swedish had invaded Batu, but no, so glad that it's Olga's Canteen. Now I got to work on your canteen next, all right? Because it's Olga's Canteen, because we do have
Cantina.
Skipper Canteen, right? So it's all about nomenclature.
Oh, I know. I'll try better for next time.
Try to straighten you out. My goodness.
Straighten me. Yeah. Good luck. I've been doing this for 58 years.
So Olga's was, of course, amazing because it's Olga's. Kids were immersed. It was great. Now, we made a fatal flaw, and somehow Rob and Selena and Jackie did not make the same mistake. I did not say to the host, we would like to be seated at a booth.
Oh, where were you seating?
We were stood at one of the high top tables with 5 children, right? With 5 children who can't see over the top of the table. And this was.
You're making fun of me.
I know.
Who cares if you can say Olga's or Olga's? I at least have sat in the booth every time I've been there.
Yeah. So we failed. We failed miserably.
And we did a G3 event there, and it's a little bit. We were kind of excited. We thought we'd kind of be able to mingle together. It's not really easy there to mingle together once you're in the booth. You can't kind of get out.
Yeah, you're stuck in the booth. Well, the good news is when you're positioned at a table, you're very limber and you can move to the table. You already interviewed.
I heard that you did that. You were popping all over the place, and I think that's illegal.
I'm shades
stretch
of
the rules.
My buddy Dave Youngword. I've got to get kicked out of at least a couple of places for on the table.
He got the evil stink eye from a couple of the cast members.
I know.
At the Nomad Lounge.
I don't know. It's an unsavory place, so I fit right in. Right. Dave's trying that at like Nomad Lounge with classy joints. You can't do it.
I was doing it too, but I didn't get yelled at.
Yeah. So, we had all the great drinks, and I actually videotaped my wife getting the fuzzy tauntaun, just like I videotaped my mother doing the fuzzy tauntaun. But I can't take the.
Sarah didn't know about it either, huh?
She had no clue about it.
Such a stinker.
I am. I'm the worst. And I was like, "How is it?" So, it tastes really good. And I was like, feeling weird. What's going on? And she did. Yeah, she was having a fun time. Maybe I'll post that someday if I'm feeling so brave.
You get permission.
Yeah. But she doesn't want that out there. So
you got to see Jackie Cole and Selena Roll.
The Cole and Roll sisters, Rob and his wonderful family with Katie and Luke and Jackson, and of course. Jackie had her kids there as well. So we got to meet all those guys. We got some nice pictures in Galaxy's Edge with them. The Super Zoom. They're just wonderful. And we had seen Jackie and Selena and Jackie's kids earlier at the end of our Ohana dinner. They were kind of in that vicinity and came over there because I had to give Jackie her Kessler Run Championship print. She had never gotten it because I wasn't there in February. And then after February, the shipping costs for flat work had gone through the roof. And it was going to be like $100 to ship it down. I said, Jackie, I'm coming in July. Would that be okay if I just held it till then? Yeah. She's like, sure.
Oh, cool. Well, so yeah, we had a little celebration and presentation of her prize.
Yep, we did that night, actually, over at the Contemporary. We jetted over to the Contemporary where our luggage was. I gave it to her.
All right, thanks for doing that. Yeah, that was the Kessler Run prize that she won.
Yeah,
first place, right?
Selena got one the first time, and Jackie got the one the second time.
They are the team to beat.
They are the mark.
Next G3. Outstanding. Good fun. All right. Tony's Town Square. I heard you tried to get everyone to eat outdoors, and nobody was having any of your business.
No, it doesn't matter. You got these tips, I am the map. Nobody cares. It's like, but it's hot outside. All right, fine. So we'll eat it. Fine.
How's this saying go? Like, you're an expert in our group, but in the family, nobody listens to you.
Yeah, that's what I tell my students. That's what I tell my students when I go into the classroom. I was like, I come here, guys, because somebody listens to me here, at least.
I think they were in the right, though. I understand your excitement to sit outdoors because you can see the cavalcades, but I heard it was like 102 outside on the deck.
Yeah, it was a pretty hot day, but they've got fans. I mean, it's not as bad as it seems. You're in the shade. You've got fans. It's definitely warm. You can feel it, but I get it. And we had a lovely time. Again, there was a decision to kind of do a pretty much adults and kids table. We were much closer. The tables were so closer to one another here that this was great. And my parents were not present for this because we're in the parks, but this was Jeff, Kevin, and my family. So 13 of us, at least. 7 kids, and this time 6 adults. So now the kids outnumber us, and we stuck them at a table, and it was great. I mean, it's pizza. It was this place is a little nicer, let's be honest, than Ohana in terms of the kind of decibel level and the general kind of mood of the place. So we did notice a couple of times the noise of our kids, and we had to run over and tell them to sit down or be quiet. But it's just a beautiful restaurant. If you've not eaten inside, they've got Lady and the Tramp touches everywhere. Do take the opportunity, if you can, to wander around and check out some of the little moments. There's windows that have them in silhouette, like almost animatronic kind of level of kind of interactions, and the fountain in the middle, very charming. And we had a great waitress who was excellent at managing not only our large party, and I should have mentioned this at Ohana as well, but we just had outstanding service with our son who has the nut allergy. People going out of their way, chefs coming out of the kitchen, not only putting our mind at ease, but especially the chef at Ohana was a freaking riot. He is like a stand-up comedian, I think, on top of being a great chef.
Wow.
And making everyone feel happy and feel good. There's nothing weird here, guys. This is a happy time. Let's enjoy, and don't worry, you're going to be safe with your meal. And same true here at Tony's. We just had great waitresses and waiters all through the trip. I can't say enough about the quality of the Disney cast members that we interacted with on this trip.
I've never been to Tony's Town Square. I never really felt motivated, but you have inspired me. On my trip, we arrive on a Friday, and we have an extra park pass that I didn't know about. And I really seriously thought about scheduling a dinner here for our arrival, Glenn, when John and I go. And the only thing is they're having a reception at the resort when we get there. And John's telling me they're probably gonna have a lot of food out. So I'm kind of like going to play it by ear. I don't know that I need to book something that night. And I don't even know what time we'd get out of the other place. So, but I'm not afraid of trying Tony's Town. I love Italian food too. So I really want to try that myself. And Judy gave us a great report from there too. So great to hear that.
I love hearing that. I don't think you'll be disappointed, but I probably would save it. Yeah, it might be a lot to do it on your trip.
Yep. All right. You mentioned some Dole Whips and the new float. How do you say that one?
Tamatoa.
Tamatoa. Where's that?
So the Tamatoa was that crab that was in Moana down, in the kind of under in the version of hell, I guess, in Moana, where they have to go and fight and get Maui's hook. So Tamatoa inspired a Dole Whip over at the Polynesian at the Pineapple Lanai. I think this may have been the very first day that it was available, because there were bloggers everywhere, not just for the Tamatoa float, which was, I want to say, strawberry and orange kind of swirl. And that's nice. But then on the top was the best, was the thing that really made it, because those are kind of tart. Those two together are kind of tart.
I like that.
But on top was a sugar cone or waffle cone, a waffle cone that had white chocolate wrapped around it, and then it was dusted with a kind of a golden sugar. So it really did sparkle. It had some kind of golden color to it. And that was meant to mimic Tamatoa's shell, which is gilded, and it looked really cute. It was delicious. The sweetness and the heaviness of that white chocolate and the sugar and the cone really balanced out the tartness of the raspberry and orange. So that was good. But I'll tell you, I do not know how you're supposed to eat this thing, because as soon as you start biting and scooping and biting and scooping, the thing is just a wreck. And it's in the shallowest little cup. I don't know who they're fooling here. Like, give me a big bowl. This thing was melting on 100-degree day like crazy. So
I don't know if we ever really talk about this, but, I think for a restaurant or someplace, if they have something that people have and then they talk about it later, Disney's got a million of these, don't they? That, as far as like the treats, like the presentation or the things that you're talking about right now, and they keep coming out with, or seasonal, or just surprising people with something. And I don't know. I don't know that the bloggers were there for that. Like you said, they were there for the Trader Sam's reopening. But I'll tell you, if I'm a blogger, I'm blogging all about that treat.
Yeah, and I think that's partly why they do it, to keep them in the news, to keep locals having something new to come back for, to keep crazy nuts like us who come all the time ready to pounce on something.
It's one of the big fun things. Yeah, of going. All right, Geyser Point. For drinks.
Let me just say, because you mentioned Trader Sam's, we were at the Polynesian on the day the Trader Sam's reopened. No previous announcement had been made. It was just like, boom, we're going to open Trader Sam's in a couple of hours. And we were at Magic Kingdom and had a plan previously. Our plan was to go to the Polynesian and just relax and enjoy. I was like, oh my God, are we going to get to go to Trader Sam's on its very first day reopening? And side story, 2.5 years ago, when our whole family went to Disneyland, we tried to get a seat in that Trader Sam's and stood around for 40 minutes waiting for a table to open, and no table opened, and we ended up leaving and not getting to enjoy that. So I thought, this is our comeuppance. This is going to work. So we showed up for a 3:00. I knew it opened at 3:00. We showed up at 2:20, 2:15, something like that. I went over because I've done it before. I've gone in there before. And I went to the hostess who was standing outside. I said, we'd like to put our names on the list. She said, 5 hours. We'll see you in 5 hours. I was gutted, man. I was gutted. We didn't have 5 hours.
It's at 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, it was going to be about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. We had 7 o'clock reservations for the whole family over at Whispering Canyon. So there was no chance we were making it. But I will say the cast member, I walked around and chatted with her a couple of times, kept coming back, and she kept bumping us up the list a little bit. But she was scrolling through her iPad list, and she just kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, looking for our name to try to elevate us. I was like, no, thank you. We take our name off the list. We're not going to make it on this trip. It was just a lot of hubbub,
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all good. Try to catch lightning in a bottle every once in a while. We get lucky sometimes. But I got Tamatoa. I'll always have Tamatoa.
All right. So then we're still on Monday, Whispering Canyon.
So then we did, in fact, head over even a little early. Once we took ourselves off the list for Trader Sam's, we're like, we got to cleanse the palate. So we headed over on the boats. Yeah, we took the boats. First, the boat from the Polynesian to Magic Kingdom, and then Magic Kingdom over to Wilderness Lodge. And that is just so charming to be able to
I'll tell you, I was just thinking this. Trader Sam's gets all the publicity, but I'll tell you, for my money, Geyser Point is one of my favorite lounges on property.
I could not agree with you more. It is so chill. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And we were there long enough that we caught one of the geysers eruptions, and the children loved that. They thought that was the coolest thing. And mom and dad thought that the drinks and the vibe and the breeze while being in the shade was also just the best too. So yeah, we didn't eat anything at Geyser Point. We just sat around and had some drinks. The kids asked for pina coladas again, so we got pina coladas there. And we kind of eased into our dinner over at Whispering Canyon, and this was I cannot say enough about how great our experience was here. This was certainly the best meal of the trip. This was probably one of the best experiences I've had at Walt Disney World.
Oh,
short of G3, of course, but with
wow. I mean, I think this menu is right up. I got to tell you this. We're going to be on here for 3 hours again. But I was debating what to do with my friend John. I was like, 2 guys, let's get a nice steak somewhere. And mom booked Yachtsman Steakhouse. Like, okay, I kind of wanted to do, I thought about doing Topolino. I thought about doing even Le Cellier to get a steak. Flying Fish still isn't open. I don't know if it will be in October, whatever. But as the more I thought about it, I took a look at the picture of the restaurant. I'm just not a signature restaurant guy. Maybe on a date with my wife. But beyond that, I was like, what else could I do? So you know what I ended up doing? I asked her to book Sebastian's. And we're going to do because he's not going to get a chance to do this. So we're going to do the Skyliner Crawl. And I'm going to have a meal at Sebastian. And it's kind of like what made me think of to tell you that story now is because Whispering Canyon's got that same kind of format, like the family style. Mm-hmm. And all you can eat. I mean, that's more my style.
Yeah. And Sebastian's food sounds incredible. A lot of fresh seafood, Jamaican flavors, spice. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Because they got a flank steak, they got pork and chicken on their plates. And so Whispering Canyon, and they have great skillets there, right?
Yeah, so Whispering Canyon offers 4 different types of skillets, and they are all you care to eat, which is pretty awesome because we did parents, adults, and kids. This time, both Nana and Papa decided to sit with the kids. So the 2 grandparents sitting with all the kids and the brothers and wives sitting at the adults table. With 6 of us at the adults table, we ordered all 4 of the skillets, just so we had the option, and then 2 of the ones that we actually thought we would eat more of, the normal 2, whatever they are, the pork one and the other one.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I think there's a barbecue. Yeah. So we got that, but this was heaven. I mean, I can't even imagine a real buffet. When you go with a big group and you go to these all-you-can-eat places that have options like this, I mean, it's amazing. Like we had everything. We had a little bit of everything that Whispering Canyon makes. I know every item that was made by the kitchen passed through my lips at some point on that meal. And the surprise hits for me, and I love meat, seafood very much, chicken. But the surprise hit for me was the veggie plate, jackfruit and all kind of impossible things. It was so good. The flavoring was just outlandish.
Wow. Good for our vegetarian friends to hear that. I've heard that too.
As a meat eater, I would even consider it. Now, it's going to be hard, let's be honest, to pass up the meat plate. So
yeah, I could say that now, but quite honestly, my dad would disown me.
When you go with your party of 2, 3, 4, make sure you get 1 of each, and this is going to work in everyone's favor, especially if you have 4 adults, so that you can just get 1 of each, and they'll let you get more of whatever. They're not watching who's eating what. It's, you paid for it, you eat whatever you want. But yeah, everything was great at that. But that's not really what made the meal so great. Again, kind of a beautiful moment. This time, not so teary and.
You're not going to make me cry again, are you?
Hope not. But we had the best waitress, and she was not a normal Whispering Canyon waitress. She had worked at a couple other places. She said way back in the day she'd been in the 50s prime time. I said, that's obvious. But she worked around the property. But she was that perfect balance of kind of saucy and inappropriate and rude that they try to be. That's the shtick there. It's just like 50s.
Throw this ketchup. Do they still do the ketchup thing?
They don't do the ketchup. I heard, well, we didn't ask for ketchup, but I heard they don't do it anyway. But she was throwing straws and napkins around like it was her job. Well, actually, it was her job. And she was throwing straws and napkins around, and the kids were going nuts. She was yelling at the children. And my eldest, AJ, is so funny and very much the showman and gregarious. And he was giving it back to her, and she was, kind of yelling at him. And I was getting, ornery and, part of the shtick, and it was just so funny. In fact, at one point when we first arrived, I left to go get my dad, who needed a little help coming up the steps. And as I was walking out of the restaurant at the hostess stand, before we even knew her, she was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "The food is terrible here. I'm leaving." And she's like, "Well, we didn't want you anyway."
What's great is somehow she knows she can get away with that, probably with some people, and others maybe she's got to tone it down.
Yeah, we gave her the green light, no doubt about it. And if you give them the green light and you get a server like ours, I will tell you her name, Morgan. And if you go to this place, ask for Morgan. And she even joked, and she was like, "I don't want to work here." She's like, I don't want to be here.
I've been known to be a little bit sarcastic.
Yeah.
So I think I would enjoy that.
I wrote her a cast compliment and said, I have now officially, thank you, Walt Disney World. I can now say that I've had the best waitress.
That's so cool. Wow, that's quite a compliment, because there's so many good ones. I think Glenn says that every time he goes, but
it's a beautiful thing. She really was a cut.
Glenn, we shared a meal at Whispering Canyon together at G3.
I do remember that. That was
just thinking that. All right.
We'll never forget you doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I will never forget.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Yeah, was that kind of a weekend?
Was that me? I kind of forgot. Kind of put that in my past.
That was my last meal at G3. Right.
Coral Reef lunch. What do you do for lunch at the Coral Reef? Actually, I was considering that on my next trip.
Yeah, this was a bit of a swing and a miss, but I still enjoyed it. So we wanted to eat at Coral Reef. I'd not eaten there before, and I wanted to eat there for lunch. And specifically, we booked the first seating that they had. I think it was 11:30. So we're in a Epcot that opens at 11. And, okay, guys, let's do one ride and then go eat lunch. What? So because we had heard...
Not a Kessler thing.
Not a Kessler thing, but we had heard that the divers will often feed the fish and be in the tank, and the tank is very active at that hour, at that early hour. And
was that true?
Yeah, well, it had been, but when we got in there and I said to the waitress, and I said, so are they going to do any feedings or any divers or anything? She was like, "No, they haven't done that since the pandemic started." I was like, "Oh no!" So,
we gotta give you another sad.
God, that's two of those.
I think that's three, actually, because the poop started it.
You're right. Big whammy. All right. All right. So let's see what we can do. The food was outstanding.
Oh, good. It looks good.
Yeah.
You got shrimp and grits on there. My mom made that for me at home. And the grits, I said this on the podcast before, grits always didn't appeal to me, just the name. Being from the north, I never thought of it we never had it as kids or anything. But anyways, mom made it here at home, and with the cheese, anything with cheese, I guess. She did that. She was inspired, I think, from a Grand Floridian dish, shrimp and grits. So and I'll tell you, Judy loves her lobster bisque. We just had one recently. So this all sounds real good.
Yeah, it was. And I actually thought of you when I was eating the shrimp and grits, because I remember hearing you mention that story.
Can we tell that? Yeah.
That she had made it at home.
I was like, really? I was like, this is really good. I mean, not to sound like, not that it wouldn't be, but I don't know.
No, but I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, the PR department behind grits failed. Like, that is a terrible name.
It's a terrible name. Sounds greasy
yeah,
or something. I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
Gritty. I mean, like sandpaper. I don't want to eat grits. That sounds like it's going to hurt my teeth. So, but it was not. It was delicious and savory, and the shrimp were huge, and the sauce was great, cheesy. That was great. The lobster bisque. You can never go wrong with lobster bisque. That was good. And the mushroom. God, I hope they have this every time we go. The mushroom soup was.
I heard
the best.
Maybe it was your brother. It must have been Jeff that said the same thing. Like, he said it was better than lobster bisque. I'm like, I don't know. I thought he'd been drinking. What are you nuts? No. How could that be?
No, this was unbelievable.
How come?
And you wouldn't think. Just incredibly deep umami flavors, very rich.
Grandmommy.
No, I'm bringing out the lingo. You know, I heard you talking about Epicurious on this week's podcast. So I was also very Epicurious. The umami flavors, it was just really, really deep, rich flavors, just gorgeous. They had a crispy piece of bread with it also. That was perfect, like kind of like a whole grain bread. But man, that was worth it. I would eat that soup, with a straw. It was
so
outstanding.
Good. All right, we haven't even gotten into the Food and Wine Festival. Actually, we're only into Tuesday we gotta get to Saturday.
All right, we'll move pretty quick because the highlights are at the beginning. I think there's actually a couple of really fun things coming up. Food and wine is always an amazing time, and funny story is about this time on our trip. My wife is getting tired already. I know it's only 3 days in, but she's starting to get sick of Disney World and is like, when can we take breaks? And I said, you can take a break now. How about you head back with the kids to the room? I'll stay here and do the research that needs to be done. And she was actually totally fine with that. I'm kind of joking, but yeah, she was exhausted and the kids wanted to go to the pool. I said, do you want to go to the pool or do you want to go do test track and eat food? And they actually said, we want to go to the pool because you know how children are with Disney World. It doesn't matter what ride you're offering. They want the pool. Poop and all.
Well,
so
this was before they knew about the poop.
This is actually the day that they went back and I think found the poop. So this was
they obviously made the wrong choice on this day.
Absolutely, because I lit Food and Wine up.
How about some highlights?
While I was still with them, we went to Shimmering Sips and got the Mimosa Flight, which has a key lime mimosa, a pog juice mimosa, which is the passion orange guava, and then a blood orange. The blood orange was not good, but the pog and the key lime were outstanding.
I love mimosa. Margarita does too. Yeah, that's right up our alley.
I love it.
Good stuff.
So you will not be disappointed with either of those two. But then I heard someone said they liked the blood orange and didn't like the other two. So to each
his own. That's right.
Yeah. And they also had a strawberry whip that was there. And this was actually better than the Tamatoa flavors from the other day. The strawberry whip at Shimmering Sips was much sweeter than the tartness. I think I learned about myself that I'm a sweet whip instead of a tart whip. I know you're a tart whip, but
yeah, I would say if I had to make a choice, I like them both, but I like tart. I do.
So yeah, then the family left and I got to eat, and it was my job. It was my job. So I had to start at the donut shop with the sriracha chicken donut sandwich. I love this.
That does not sound right at all.
Come on. You know me. I went to did the secret.
Yes, I know.
The secret menu over at the All Star Movies with the cinnamon bun burger. And this was even, I don't know. It wasn't better. It was about the same as that cinnamon bun burger.
I told Jeff, I love chicken. I love donuts. I don't know that I'd ever have them together like that.
You got to try it once, right?
I'm sure I'd like it. It just sounds funny.
Yeah, it was funny. And it was so messy. This is another one that I think this may actually be a little bit of a Disney trend. Make it look good for the pictures and then completely illogical to eat. Like, I don't know how you eat this thing. I was covered in sugar by the end of this.
True.
So, but it was great. It was really good. And a nice combination of spicy, sweet. There was like a kind of a coleslaw. So you had that vinegar bitterness on top. It doesn't sound like it works, but it works. Trust me. And everybody who's tried this, I think will say that.
Well, this next one I meant to put in your intro, Glenn, that You defy me, and you will not go for the frozen lime margarita. You just have to be different, don't you?
You know, this is that moment when you rip the shirt off, the I love you shirt, and it just goes into the trash, right?
That's it. That's the final straw.
I can't.
A tomato margarita. What is the world are you doing to me?
A tomato margarita, and I fell in love with this tomato margarita on a previous trip, and I had to go back and see if it was as good as I remember, and it was. Now they call it a tomato margarita, but it really is watermelon. Like that's the dominant.
I was going to
flavor.
say you don't want vegetables in your margarita.
Well, I don't know. I know you like the avocado and the cucumber, right? Or at least the avocado.
No,
right?
yeah, avocado. Is avocado a vegetable? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think we need a judgment on that.
Yeah, we need more scientists on this podcast and get to the bottom of these
avocado is kind of. I love vanilla, so it's kind of more of that texture, like a vanilla milkshake kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of avocado, the next place I hit up was in the United States, the Rotunda Bistro, and they have avocado and crab, like a parfait. It was layers of crab and avocado and a kind of a mint cream.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Good size?
Not really. No, it's in one of those tiny little shot cups that they have. But it was worth it. I would get it again. I mean, you're getting real authentic crab meat, and the avocado mint emulsion was so good. It was like that, you know, kind of gastronomy, you know, kind of food that's tiny but really packed with flavor. I enjoyed it. I think you would too. And then the mushroom tart they also had there was great. It was kind of a mushroom sauce on top of cheese and the phyllo dough tart. That was outstanding. Got to eat that one with a knife and fork. And then they also had a smoked shrimp salad. This was also refreshing, much like the crab and avocado. And I got to tell you, when I'm at Food and Wine, especially in the heat of July, I do not want my beloved cheddar cheese soup and filet mignon. I want clean and refreshing things like crab and avocado and smoked shrimp salad. And these things are cold and do not disappoint. Very refreshing.
Yeah, more of a summer thing. Then the Food and Wine used to be in the fall.
Yeah.
Remember those days, right?
Stretching.
Back in the olden days.
Yeah. And speaking of back in the olden days, the sad part about this is that food kiosk is inside of the kind of the way station between when you're outdoors at the American Adventure and indoors where the Voices of Liberty would perform, and where the Voices of Liberty would perform and do not, of course, now during COVID, they have tables and chairs.
Oh, okay.
So it was a little weird and a little sad to see that transformation as someone who loves Voices of Liberty and loves kind of sitting in there, done that many times, sitting on the ground, hearing their acoustic performance, and then heading into the American Adventure. This was a real shocker to see the kitchen kind of in the middle, that like lobby area, and then just seating in the inside. Mm-hmm. Oh, funny story. And just this would never happen again, I don't think. But the combination of cast members who were working at the Rotunda Bistro inside, when I walked in to get my food, they said, what's your favorite land? What's your favorite country in World Showcase? And I was like, what? And they were like, we're conducting a poll. We're polling everyone. So please tell us what's your favorite.
Say America.
I was like, yeah. And you know, I said initially, I was like, well, maybe I'm not going to say France because everyone's going to say France. I said Mexico. And then I changed it. I said, no, America. I think I do like America for that. And they were like, excellent. America's losing, but France is winning. France is number one. And they kept that. And I actually came back. I didn't get the smoked shrimp salad at that point. I didn't get the smoked shrimp salad until the last thing of the night when I came back, and I said, how's the polling going? And they were like, oh yeah, you wouldn't believe who won. Well, France won, but who came in second? Guess who came in second?
America?
Not even
Mexico.
Nobody. I give you 11 guesses. This would be your last one. Morocco.
Really?
Morocco
it's
came
like
in
half
second.
Closed, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, I was like, what the heck with Morocco? And they were like, you know, and one girl who was there, I guess she had maybe been campaigning for Morocco. She said, yeah, well, Morocco, when you walk around, you get to kind of like forget you're at Epcot and the music and it's deep. And I was like, okay.
I was going to say the belly dancer, but
I know you love that belly dancer. When she comes out of the Marrakesh and she's up in the front, right? So we'll get back to those.
But that's me.
We'll get back to those.
Right. Exactly. All right. We got more. You still got more food at the Food and Wine?
Oh, like I told you, this is my job. So at that point, I met up with Jeff, and his family had made it over to Epcot. I think they were at Blizzard Beach this day, and we're doing a nightcap. So we went and grabbed at Flavors from Fire, the corned beef, and the whoopie pie. And then I got the drink called the swine brine, which was like a bourbon based drink. I think it was like bourbon and apple juice, but it had a piece of pork sitting in it, which was very disconcerting, but actually tasty.
Very
it
good.
was it was good. That was great. I mean, I love bourbon. In fact, gosh, listening to Jason Hammer and Stephanie K talk today, I had to make myself an old fashioned for dinner today. Yeah, because I'm big into the bourbon and stuff like that. But
I like the bourbon. I've tried to do mixed drinks, but I kind of like it straight. I kind of like to experiment with the different bourbons and just have them straight. But
yeah, I'm there with you. I like it both ways. So like an old fashioned is really just, I mean, you can make it a couple of ways, but it's really just maple syrup and some orange bitters on top of bourbon.
Yeah.
And that can be it. And so it still retains a lot of the bourbon flavor, just a little bit of sweet and sour kind of mixed in there. Anyway, the corned beef was outstanding. I think we all know this. It's salty and
on the chips, right?
Oh yeah, on the chips. Yeah, I said to Danielle, Jeff's wife, as we were standing in the line, I was like, "Ooh, it had its long Epcot name, right? Which is gonna be like corned beef. I can't remember, corned beef over top of potatoes with cheese curd." And I was like, Danielle, it's going to be corned beef on the top of potato chips with some cheese. And sure enough, that's all it is.
I know it, but it is so good. I know the one. Kevin Curtis Allen and I had that together. I think we might have got two of them, and they were outstanding. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, just great. So
good portions.
Don't sleep on that. Danielle got the whoopie pie, and I guess in her report probably covered it. Did not like it. Did not give it.
I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had the app. I had the Food and Wine app, which if you guys don't have, it's a separate app outside of Disney. It's just called Food and Wine, and it updates every time a new festival starts. You can mark down your favorites, which ones you want to have. It has a map. It helps to lead you through. And then after you eat it, you can score it out of, I think, 4 stars. And so I'm giving 4-star after 4-star to almost everything I ate. I was like, Danielle, how was that whoopie pie? 3 stars. 3 stars is scandalous. I don't know. All right, so it looked good though, but it did not taste good. Next, we went to Hawaii. Actually, this was Jeff mostly, so I'll just breeze over it. He might have talked about tuna tartare, pork slider, and the passion fruit cheesecake. I had a little bit of a couple of those, and they were great. And then I kind of split off from them, and I think they might have called it a night, and I just closed the place down and went to the Appleseed Orchard and got a drink. So the Appleseed running inside of where they would normally have the O Canada show. That room has been transformed just like the rotunda over at the American Pavilion. The show is not running at all, and it's a bar, and they've got seating in there in the aisles. They've turned those long rows. Those who've been to the show before know they've got those long wooden rows that you can't quite sit on. It's very frustrating, right? But they've turned those into switchbacks that lead you through the line to order the food and wait for the food. It's really cool. And they've even engaged the 360 movie screens, but instead of having Canada movie, it's got an Apple Orchard CGI type thing with, their advertisement of what they're doing. Really cute. And I think there were some animated parts once in a while, like birds would fly by, or bees, I guess it was, fly by. Yeah, I got a drink there that was also pretty much bourbon and apple juice. Notice a trend. And it had a bunch of marshmallows on top. And it was in the cutest little souvenir. I'm a sucker for souvenir mugs. It was in what looks like a copper tin that you would drink a mule out of, and really sturdy plastic. So I'm happy to hold on to that one.
It's plastic. Okay. Yeah, I'm a sucker for that too. We share that for sure. I'm going to skip through. Tell me if I missed something. I'm going to cherry pick some of your remaining meals here just to move things along. But Polite Pig is one that I have been wanting to go to, and I've skipped it because that Jock Lindsay just keeps calling my name, mostly because of the location too. But tell me, I remember you posting on our group that I think you had a good experience at Polite Pig, right?
I did, and I took a really unconventional route with Polite Pig. Of course,
Yeah, that's
Polite Pig named for pork.
Yeah,
And,
for barbecue, right?
yeah, but I guess I was feeling also a little hot that day and decided I wanted to go for something a little healthier. Probably also the Whispering Canyon meats were still in me, but so I was like, I got to go a different direction. So I went with veggies and treated myself to, they have a deal. If you get 3 side dishes, it's some reduced cost. And then I saw a 4th that I couldn't resist. So I got 4 different side dishes, was the barbecue cauliflower, Brussels sprouts that, were, kind of roasted and had some sweetness to it with, I think a balsamic demi-glaze, and beet salad that was just unbelievable, had red beets and gold beets. And then also the really coolest thing, and this was a temporary one, I hope it'll be there when you go, corn ribs. And so they take a corn cob and they quarter it, they slice it down through the cob. Yeah. So there's just a quarter of the cob holding on to some kernels, and then they deep fry it lightly, and not bread it or anything, but just to kind of cook it and pop that out. And then they dress it with a couple of spices, whatever, salty and a little spicy. And that was so good. And the story. Funny thing. So I didn't know how you eat this thing, so it's called ribs, but I tried biting and eating the husk part, the cob part. Yeah. And I got one bite through there, and I said to the waiter who was walking around, I said, am I supposed to eat this part? And he's like, a lot of people make that mistake too.
I was wondering, it's funny, Mom mentioned this to me. She said this is a thing now, I guess, that's going around. And this is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, me too. I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah. What's a 30-day Manhattan?
Yeah, so they had a Manhattan drink there that they have these tiny little casks that they make a small batch. They stick it in the cask to kind of marinate and cure for 30 days, and then they pop it out. Huh? So it was just a Manhattan. I don't know that I could really tell you if I tasted 30 days of
whatever they were doing.
Yeah, cure. But it was a Manhattan, and it was really tasty. That meal was great. They had ample seating. They really did seating very well there. And I'll tell you, if you go to Polite Pig and there's a long line, don't sweat it.
Oh, because it's not a very big place, right?
No, the line moves fast. People clear out. The waiters are very responsible about checking on you and making sure you've got everything you need. And then when you're done, helping you get on your way too. Not pushy in any way, but just really accommodating, helpful. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. So there were always seats. I wanted to sit outside. The weather had come down a little bit. There had been a brief rainstorm, and it was super pleasant. So I had a table all to myself. They do have a bar outside that I did ask. You do not need to wait in the line. If you want to eat at the bar, and there were plenty of seats at the bar too, you can just walk right up to the bar if there's a seat and order anything on their menu from the bar, and they will happy to accommodate you. But if you want a seat, you gotta go through the lines.
One on my list to do one of these days. And I think I covered a lot here. We're well over an hour on the food, dude. Anything else that you wanted to mention before we hop into some of your pixie dust moments?
I'll do super quick. Rainforest Cafe. We went to the one at Animal Kingdom, and we do have the Landry's card, which I highly recommend all geeks get. It costs you nothing if you eat at one of these restaurants ever. $25 to get it, and then you get an immediate $25 discount on the first meal that you have. I also got a $25 discount for my birthday having come up recently, so that pulled it off. But the real clincher was, even though we had an ADR for this restaurant, the line to check in for the ADR was very long, but they have an extra line on the side for Landry's card holders. So I was able to skip probably about a 20-minute line waiting to simply give them my name that, hey, I'm here, and was able to go up to the front, and they sat us almost immediately after that. It was like 2 minutes later. So I would definitely recommend that. We had a great experience there, good food, crazy environment, very fun. I would definitely recommend that if you have kids. And then also I would also say great things about Via Napoli. This was really our last meal of the last full night that we were there. We got the half-meter pizza, and it was outstanding. We got the charcuterie plate, which was also great. Kurt, you would love it. It had a burrata. It had all kinds of wonderful meats and some olives. It was a great charcuterie plate. Oh, and then we got some nice desserts, the cannoli and a couple others. And that was a great experience. And don't be intimidated by the size of that pizza. The crust is so thin that it goes very quickly. You can destroy that pizza.
I know. That is a good tip there. The wait staff always misses there. The wait staff for is always makes some mistake. I think Jeff told me. I think Jeff said the same thing on his report, if I remember right.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, we had a good waiter.
It was good? All right.
Here as well. Yeah. In fact, Jeff was celebrating Melody's birthday that day, and we came in at the tail end of their reservation just in time for their dessert. So when they were bringing out the cupcakes for the two kids to celebrate their birthdays, we ran over and celebrated with them. And our waiter was happy to wait. We told him what we were doing, and he was like, "Don't stress. Don't worry. I won't bring your food out until you come back." So he was very accommodating.
Not really a bad. I've always had weird experiences there. But hey, all right. We did it.
Woo, food. Hooray, food.
Yes. Crowd loves the food talk. And all right, let's do a couple of things. You wrote me some notes here on your pixie dust moments and stories. I see you saw Andy, our good friend Andy Hoffman.
Andy, I had to meet Andy Hoffman. Andy always sends in the best questions. I mean, that's really what I'll try to remember. I'll always kind of remember Andy about is these great questions for our segments like that. Also, Andy has a son, Harrison, who I was hoping to meet his Harrison, but his Harrison was not on his trip. But he did get to meet my Harrison, and that was wonderful. But Andy accompanied us for like a few hours, which was so awesome. We did a bunch of rides. We ate lunch together, and it was just great catching up with him. We did People Mover. We did very like geeky things with him.
Buffalo spring rolls. Kakamora.
That came after, actually. Yeah, that came after because Andy and I got lunch together over at the Friar's Nook and headed back over to Pecos Bill, where my wife had gone with the kids, and we sat and ate there, and we had a very good time eating and chatting and all that good stuff. But
nice.
Yeah, I love me some Andy Hoffman. He's a good immediate friend, and we've not met before, so that was great to see him in person.
I thought might not have met Andy before. All right.
And you know who else I hadn't met before was Travis, of all things. Travis, who is such a major part of this community. And I had not actually been able to meet him. He wasn't at that G3 that we had gone to. So it was great to meet Travis. We only got to meet briefly. Our agendas were a little different that day. That was at Hollywood Studios. We both rope dropped. He was on the side to go to Rock and Roller Coaster. We were on the side to go to Tower of Terror, being queued up in the morning. So I got to run over to him and chat with him for about 15 minutes before, as we were all being held there. So that was great. And the kids came over and got to meet Travis. But then we kind of went on our separate ways, couldn't meet up with him. And of course, Rob and Selena and Jackie. So there were some geeks that I got to meet. I know there were some geeks that we didn't have the opportunity to kind of meet up. I think Megan Dorsey, we couldn't make that work, and a few others. We'll try in G3 to get together.
Yep, that's where the big meetups happen. February next year, guys. Come meet Glenn and I and the rest of the gang down at the Grand Geek Gathering. Any pixie dust moments that you can?
I would say that the one, we didn't actually have a lot of pixie dust moments, but the one that I will hold on to that really stood out, it was our last ride of the day at a Magic Kingdom. We had gone over to the Haunted Mansion, and the park had closed. It was after 10 o'clock, and we had come out, and one of the cast members, Kim, was there. And I said to her, oh, actually, no, I didn't say to her. She said to the kids, she said, hey, you guys want to see something special? The Master Gracie, has some really cool things around here. And we're like, what is this? She was just having a little extra fun that night, and she opened up a side entrance that we'd never been into, and there were bells inside of there that controlled the house, and she was ringing the bells and talking about Master Gracie and giving us the whole backstory on the Haunted Mansion. I mean, I know some of it, but she was really just giving us a history lesson, and I was like, this is weird. I don't know why she's doing this. And I said, well, this is my opportunity to find out where the darned ring is that I've heard so much about.
Oh,
I don't know where the ring is.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was at the back of the queue. So every time I'm leaving the ride, I look around on the ground. I see nothing that looks like a ring. So I asked her, I said, do you know where the ring is? And she said, well, I'm not supposed to, but come on. And it's all the way over in the front. So for those who know, my apologies, but I didn't know. She takes us past the horse carriage all the way to the front of the queue. And it's kind of in where the interactive elements are. And she points there on the ground. She had a flashlight because, it was so dark. Nobody's around because the park's closed. And she just took us over there and she pointed it out and told us the story of that. And, that's the...
I don't think that's the original one. You were right. The
the
original one...
Is that the exit?
Yeah, it's at the exit. Well, it was a pole that they ripped out of the ground that left a ring in the ground, and that started the legend. So I think the Imagineers took that idea, which came from guests that told the whole story about the ring and Master Gracie had given, right, and all the stuff. And I think you're right. I didn't remember this, but they actually planted one when they did the interactive queue. So that's the one she showed you, the one that's been recreated.
Excellent. Good. Well, thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, I could not remember really how it all panned out. And she was so sweet. She said, oh, and don't forget to pet the horse on your way out. And the kids are like, what are you talking about? She goes over to the ghost horse and she's petting it. Now, don't put your hand too close. He bites.
The ghost horse. Yeah, okay.
It's a wonderful little moment.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Yeah. You did a surprise. I heard about this already, but remind us, how did this surprise happen with your gang?
Oh, Jeff and I had a really cool idea with the family heading to Disney World on the same flight. So Jeff's 4 and our 5 were all going to be getting in on the same flight. And we were all going to be heading to the Contemporary, them because that's their hotel for the beginning of their trip, us because we were going to go to Magic Kingdom and our check-in time wouldn't be until later in the day. We'd leave our luggage at the Contemporary and walk over. So we said, instead of us getting 2 Ubers for a little bit more, why don't we spring for a limo? And so we did. We organized in secret. Nobody knew. I told my mother, that was it. I swore her to secrecy and she did good, but the wives didn't know. And certainly the children didn't know. So when we got to baggage claim and we're picking up our luggage, they turn around and there's a guy holding an iPad that has my name on it. And and in fact, Andy, Jeff's eldest, who's very, very savvy, he's always noticing things. He was saying to his mom, he's like, I think I saw someone back there with Uncle Glen's name on it. What is that all about? She was like, no, I don't think you did. Well, it turns out that was our driver. He was picking us up, grabbed our luggage, and we got in the party van, the party bus, and it was so cool. I mean, they had champagne glasses, only water to drink, but it was outstanding. The kids thought, they were rock stars, right. And AJ, my eldest, was like, this is what? So cool. What? This is awesome. I can't believe this. Like all I would ever want from a 10-year-old, the perfect lingo.
So good. Really good idea there.
Yeah, it was a great way to start it. So anyone who's looking, we used Happy Limousine, and it was, it's not cheap. It's going to be more than Ubers, but it was a really fun experience. They will do extra stops if you need. We just had the one stop, but they'll do a grocery stop if you need, or multiple resorts. And with the 2 families, it wasn't too bad. We split the cost, and it was nice, and a great way to kind of kick things off. To the kids will remember that, I hope.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, any others that you want to bring up that we haven't talked about? And I don't know if you've got any tips. I mean, you're notorious for tips. Did we run you dry on the Kessler tips?
Yeah, I was thinking about tips. I don't know that I have any tips, this time, except, maybe check on the lifeguard situation at your pool before you go. Yeah, I think, the big takeaway from this trip, was, it was a large group. It was a lot of moving parts. I think the big advice I would give for when you're planning a big trip, and my wife and I are even last night we even sat down and chatted. We're like, what would we have learned and do differently and stuff like that. The important part is to really study up beforehand, ask people what they want, what they like, what they need, so that you can meet everyone, because it's important with these big groups to make sure that you're not satisfying one person and really tiring out 15 others, but try to find what you can do to share experiences. I think meals are great, not quite unscripted, but the moments that aren't rides, standing in lines and stuff like that, just breathe, explore, have fun. That's really the main thing I would say.
Yeah.
The kind of takeaway. One of my favorite memories, one of the memories that I hope the children will hold on to, I know I'm going to hold on to, was after Tony's Town Square with the 13 of us eating lunch, a tremendous rainstorm started up, and we were just like in that front hub area after the train station in front of Tony's, and ducked for cover underneath one of the awnings. I think we were in front of the chapeau, the hat shop. My kids asked, "Can we go stand in the rain?" And
Yeah.
I could have said no.
Most of the time, if you're anywhere else, the answer would not be no.
No, but we said
Not in
yes.
Disney World.
Yeah. And so for 10 glorious minutes that will stand out from all of the other 10-minute blocks of their lives, they played and ran around in the rain, screaming, running in Magic Kingdom, having the time of their lives, knowing that they were doing something just a little bit naughty, just a little bit out of bounds, but knowing that they could and getting away with it. And that's what life is all about. That's what Disney is all about. That's what the memories are made of. And just really accept those unscripted moments whenever you can. You might not be aware of them. Just take a breath, get away from your planning sheet, get away from your fast passes when they come back, and just kind of enjoy those moments. And that's what my wife and I are really talking about, or the special moments coming out of this trip, is the unscripted moments, not the checklist items, not all the fast passes and the rides and this, that, and the other, but those kind of unscripted moments. So breathe, grow with your group, I would say. Yeah.
That's a great point about Disney World. And it was one of the things that surprised me, as I had strict parents growing up. I can remember my mom going into a store and me touching something in the store and her slapping me on the head or screaming at me, or something. Those were the days where you could get away with it. But I was so amazed and amused when I went to Disney World, and everybody was playing with the toys in the store or touching things, and like wearing the hats and acting goofy. I mean, that was like not shocking to me, but it was just like one of those little subtle things that even today you don't see that in the store and stuff other than Disney World. So I love your little rainstorm story. That is so true. Glenn, once again, you brought your A game. Thanks for all those food stories. And you don't need to bring any more tips. We got so many from you. And the one thing I was going to say, I don't think you guys stuck together, like the three brothers and their families. You guys all went separate directions for the day, right?
Yeah, and
Except
I think
for meals.
that was a very smart move on our parts to link up for meals, sometimes a ride here or there, and that's it. If you put the burden on yourself to travel together, that's what I'm talking about.
Possible, yeah.
You're gonna make 90% of your party have to do what one or two might want to do. So splitting
It's too
up,
hard, yeah.
and even splitting up within my family, like there were times when I went off and did things at Disney Springs, Polite Pig. I was by myself for that. There were times when I would take one kid or two kids, and that divide and conquer was super helpful for maintaining, I think, everyone's sanity on these big trips. So that you don't get burnt out feeling like you're obliging yourself to everyone else's whim and never really satisfying yours. Good to take some time.
So important. Well, once again, pal, it's been fun. I think the next time we talk, we're going to go to, do you have another trip planned?
No, I don't. You do.
I do.
Yeah. I wish I did. I might surprise you. I might book something, a quick day down or something like that. We'll see. But I'm jealous of you and your October trip. I really want to get down there and see Ratatouille and the 50th and stuff like that. So I'll be waiting anxiously to hear how your trip goes. I can't wait to hear a Podfather trip report.
I know it's going to go fast. Yeah, I never do my own trip before. It's like, I was thinking I got to go to Disney World more often.
There you go. That would help.
Well, we're going to have lots of fun. I can't wait. I am super psyched for the Grand Geek Gathering. That'll come fast enough too.
Yeah, I can't. I'm counting down the days. That's my next countdown, and I cannot wait. I'm thrilled. I know we're going to have more than 100 people there, Kurt. Now I'm certain of it. I'm hoping the COVID, kind of stays where it is right now. People are allowing themselves to go out and enjoy things. But yeah, I think February is just going to be awesome.
Could be epic.
Yeah.
All right, pal. I think we covered it all.
Well, thanks, man. Great chatting with you as always. I appreciate you. And most importantly, Kurt, I love you.
Hey, I love you too, Glenn.
I know.
I got the I know shirt. But we'll talk to you. Stay in touch. We'll talk to you soon.
Will do. Take care, geeks.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Well, that was fun with Glenn, as always, and I've got more of my good friends coming on. I know Rob Madeira I still got recorded with. I recorded with Travis Dietrich this past week. Oh my gosh, so many great people have been down to Disney World lately. Keep them coming, guys. Contact me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com if you'd like to get on the podcast. I got to give a shout out to Amy Rhodes and Michael Rhodes and Lorelei. They sent me, I got a nice surprise in the mail this week. It's a geeky tiki. How cool is that? I love tiki. If you know my office, it's done in Polynesian. And I got tikis. I got all those glasses like from Trader Sam's and bonsai plants. Star Wars. I don't know. That's my theme, I guess. And then they sent me this geeky tiki mug, and it's an R2 mug. They have a whole series that's in there. So thanks so much for Amy and Michael and Lorelei. And they sent me a video too. I videoed them a thank you. And then Lorelei sent me she is so adorable. My kindergartners, love you guys. Thank you so much for sending the geeky tiki and for all your support for the podcast. All you guys that support me through patreon.com, I appreciate it so much. That's a place where you can pledge a monthly donation to the show. And I like to return the favor by putting out live audio recordings or bonus podcasts, also some of our Zoom calls and just talking Disney World behind the scenes kind of stuff in a bonus episode we like to call the Inner Circle. So if you'd like to get into patreon.com, look for Geekin' on WDW for like the cost of a Starbucks coffee once a month. We'd love to have you as a Patreon supporter. Thank you so much, everyone who supports me on Patreon and all you guys that support Mama and Judy, the Traveling Tiaras. Again, look for our emails in the show notes, travelingtiaras@gmail.com. You got me, kurt.stone@gmail.com, and just email us if you'd like to contact us. We've got Judy's excited. She's got, as you can hear, they're going down end of September, going to be there for the 1st of October and the 50th anniversary. I'm going to be there October 8th through the 12th. Message me if you're going to be down there. And we got the Grand Geek Gathering coming up in February of 2022. That's the 3rd through the 6th. That's that weekend, and I'll be there a few days in front of and after that too. But we love helping you guys go down to Disney World. We're committed to helping you enjoy your Disney World vacation. And as always, thank you for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. Have a happy Labor Day long weekend. I hope you have a great week. And we really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day. Have a magical week. I hope all your dreams come true.